All right, so Sony just laid off a bunch of people across their studios. They even shut down one of their studios in London. And in this video, we're going to see what exactly happened and get a couple responses from the studio in London that shut down. So is it because of financial issues or more nefarious reasons? I think it is for more nefarious reasons, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. So we're going to get into this article here and see exactly what happened, who they let go. All right, so it's a Kotaku article. Sony announces a reduction of workforce across its first-party studios, including the closure of London studio, which is in, you guessed it, London. So this morning, Sony revealed that it is adding to the ever-growing pile of industry layoffs. In official posts, the company announced it had initiated a reduction in workforce. These cuts will impact a variety of PlayStation's first-party studios, including Insomniac Games, Guerrilla, Naughty Dog, Firesprite, and more, with the biggest cut hitting PlayStation's London studio, which is being closed down in its entirety. In total, Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, estimates that the layoffs will affect around 900 people, or 8% of the current workforce, and multiple games are being canceled as a result. We had to step back, look at our business holistically, and move forward, focusing on the long-term sustainability of the company and delivering the best experiences possible for our community, wrote Ryan in an email shared with Sony employees and posted on the Sony Interactive Entertainment website. This goal is to streamline our resources to ensure our continued success and ability to deliver experiences gamers and creators have come to expect from us. So he's already using PR talk. The goal is to streamline our resources, whatever that means. All right, studios across the US and UK will be impacted, and London studio, which has developed PSVR games like 2019's Blood and Truth and was currently working on a multiplayer title set in a fantasy London, is being shuttered. On X, formerly Twitter, London studio associate art manager Izzy Foley posted about the closure. She says, "I have nothing to say, I'm in tears." Another recent tweet from Hit Points by Nathan Brown calls attention to the fact that just a few days ago, Jim Ryan attended a gathering at London studio celebrating his impending retirement. So, yep, you have the associate art manager, Izzy Foley, just saying she's in tears. She has nothing to say right now. And Jim Ryan is, go up here, he's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. He actually was at London Studios 5 days ago before the closure, and they were celebrating his retirement. And you see here, there's a picture of him. Now, this guy, Hit Points by Nathan Brown, I think he worked at London Studios. And he posted this. Got Jim Ryan right here. The Foley woman who was tweeting is right here in the back. So, him posting this, I mean, I don't know, you guys can comment down below your opinions on this. Yeah, it's crappy to go to an office that you're about to shut down and you don't tell them. Either he didn't know they're going to shut them down, or he did know and maybe he was there to see how their new game was and he wasn't pleased and then he shut them down. Or he knew he was going to shut them down anyway, but obviously he doesn't want to ruin the mood, so he just goes there, pretends like everything's okay, and then leaves, and then shuts them down. So they're already kind of throwing shade at Sony now, the former employees throwing shade at Sony by posting this because it's not a good look for the Sony head. We looked at our studios and our portfolio, evaluating projects in various stages of development, and have decided that some of those projects will not move forward, wrote PlayStation Studios chief Herman Hulst in another blog post. This round of layoffs adds to the over 6,000 layoffs the industry has already experienced in 2024 across studios, big and small. So, here's the thing. This company, or this studio, the London, what was it called? I forget. But anyway, they produce VR games, okay? They produce VR games mainly. Now, when you have studios that are making games for a niche thing like VR, Sony, or not Sony, Microsoft was having Rare make Connect games, if you remember that, and it did not go well with the studio. They did not like that. Um, I went over to their website, well, right here, and their games lists are here. We have like 2009, 2012, 2014, 2016. So after 2016, 3 years, 2019, we got Blood and Truth, which was #1 in the UK games chart. But the thing is, though, it was said that it was only between #1 and number 48, 4,000 copies. Only that many copies got it to #1. It was only a 4,000 games sold difference between #1 and number 48. So did it really sell that many copies? I don't know. But it was a pretty good game. If you look over at Metacritic, got decent reviews. But the thing is, this studio who's making VR games, and they made VR Worlds, SingStar Ultimate Party. Did anyone play that? So they make games that they're not Uncharted level. They're VR. Whoever owns a VR, not that many people, and then they have to buy this game too. Are they making Sony that much money? They were working on this multiplayer game that they were talking about, this unannounced game set in London. It's a modern day fantasy game in London. So this is the game that got canceled, and this is the studio that got canceled. In the article, it says many games were canceled, but Sony, if they're trying to cut costs, would look at a studio like that and say, you make VR games, you're not making that much money. We don't like the progress on this new London multiplayer game, and it doesn't look that good. We're shutting you down. So now, getting to the point of the video, does this mean they have financial issues? Take a look at the comments, and people inside the tech world notice a trend. And I want to go and show you this comment here. Right, take a look here. I'm having trouble finding it, but I'll just tell you what it says right now. Basically, right here. 100%, I work for a Fortune 500 company, and it is the same cycle every time. Our economy is dependent on the myth of unlimited growth. When you lay off all these people, it frees up reporting cash for shareholders to see, which means when they actually do have growth, they will need to rehire anyways and have massive costs for onboarding. Everything is short-term strategy. It isn't sustainable and pisses me off too. Now, if you remember when I talked about Microsoft and Phil Spencer it talks about growth. And who said that? None other than Phil Spencer. Oh, the gaming industry isn't experiencing growth, so we have to cut people. Here it is again. Yeah, it's a myth, unlimited growth. And I said this, it will never just grow it won't just grow unlimited. It will come back down. And so companies say, oh, we need to cut people. And then they always rehire. So what I'm reading here, essentially, is that, and there are more comments talking about it, companies lay off people for shareholders to free up budget, to free up money, and it shows that they are making money and it looks good for shareholders. And then they just rehire a year or two later. They aren't actually financially struggling. I don't think Sony is financially struggling. They just did this for shareholders, for the shareholders. Okay? Take a look at Microsoft. They let go a lot of people, but the last 2 years, they were buying up Activision, King, Blizzard, or Activision, Blizzard, King. And then they were buying up, who else? Bethesda, ZeniMax. Billions of dollars. Literally billions of dollars. You cannot tell me, oh, we have to cut people, but then you're spending billions of dollars All your top 10% in the companies are getting millions of dollars, bonuses. I mean, even at my job that I'm at right now, the people that they're hiring and putting on contract are starting out their salary at a lower rate than they used to. And the owner is saying, oh, well, we didn't make money this year. We actually lost money and we lost money last year. And then in the same sentence, he says, oh, yeah, I gave a bonus to one of the heads at where I work. He got a bonus. And it's like, are we really losing money? So yeah, what do you guys think down below? This is what is going on with Sony right now and who exactly was laid off and what studio got closed down. Do you care that besides being sad that these people lost their jobs, do you care that it was mainly a VR studio that got shut down? Do you think Sony is financially struggling? Let me know down in the comments and I'll see you all in the next video.